Hey guys, welcome to the new movie. Today we're doing House on Eden. This is a movie that if you did not know about, it's a movie that was out for not very long. This is a movie that involves, this is technically a YouTuber movie, so keep that in mind. This is a movie featuring Call Me Chris. If you don't know, she's a content creator online, does like, used to do like short like skits and stuff. I think she still does one as well. She does more stuff on YouTube where she talks about stuff, tries stuff, does stuff. Yeah, so see, I did know of her before this movie. Like I didn't go and see this movie and be like, oh, this is a YouTuber. It's like one of the YouTubers who I do know and I do watch some. I've seen some of her stuff and I think I'm subscribed to her on some of her YouTube stuff. I'm subscribed, but she makes good content. But I do like her content, so I wasn't going in this going to be like, I like her and I know kind of her. Like if she's playing in this movie, she does kind of play herself, and I'm like, okay, at least I know her. Like I watch her content, so I'm like, her playing herself works, and I get to. I like it. Kind of does not work if you don't know when a YouTuber plays themselves or like a version of themselves or like the YouTube. So you kind of like if you like that creator, you might like this movie because of that. But that means if you don't know who the creator is, it kind of could be like a don't know what's going on thing. But without further ado, I'm going into it. The movie was okay. It's like it's not great, but it's not like amazing either. It's like to me just an okay movie. I'm like watching. I'm like, but the whole elements kind of like was slowly coming in. It's like it was a slow build. It felt like it was a little bit of a slower build to a whole movie, but it wasn't bad. Like it was just okay. It's just weird. I'm like, damn, I saw it. Want to watch it again? I feel like if somebody else wanted to watch it, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again, but if somebody else was like, hey, you want to watch this? I'm like, sure, I'd watch it. Like I said, so let's jump into this movie and talk about it. Spoiler warnings ahead if you care. So we're going to begin into this movie. It starts off with Call Me Chris and this other person. I don't remember the name of the character, but this other girl who if you don't know, I think I don't know if it's their YouTube, or I think they have their own YouTube channel where they do stuff together and go to like haunted houses or graveyards and do kind of stuff like that. And that's what this is, kind of like them filming this thing of them going to this place. So they're going to this cemetery and that's the plan. They also have this camera guy who's with them. And it feels very in the beginning, like they're making jokes, doing stuff. It feels very like YouTube-y. And I kind of like that. So it feels like this is a movie where it's like, it's them doing like one of the YouTube things where they go to our house. But then throughout the movie, actual like horror stuff happens. I'm like, simple concept. And I think it did okay. And also, I got the title House of Eden. Well, I will tell you what that means at the end. If you know what it means, you know what it means. It ties into the movie. But they go off and then eventually Call Me Chris is like, hey, I found this better place in this haunted house. Nobody knows about it. And she's like, we can go to this place, go and film it and have a fun time. And so they go to eventually convince them to quit that place and go to this other place. They walk through the woods and do all this stuff to get there. It's like a very slow burn on like the horror elements. It's a lot it feels like showing up but it's like, yeah. They eventually get to the house and it's an abandoned house and it's like completely furnished and all this stuff. Eventually throughout the movie, stuff's happening and it feels like you can tell. I think what's Call Me Chris's character, you can tell she's like kind of like pushing and doing stuff like, hey, we need to go to this house, we need to do stuff, we need to do it for the thing, There's a lot of things where they're kind of like pushing her onto it, and she's like, yeah, I kind of get like stuff, and stuff starts to go awry, and like they all pass out, and stuff's happening, and she falls down, stuff keeps happening, and eventually the guy character is like, hey, I'm gonna leave, my basic shit going, I'm gonna leave, and he goes outside, and we find out later what happened to him. He gets like attacked, and presumably he's dead, and then the other girl eventually goes out to like find him or save him, and then she ends up like I believe dead as well. Like it gets to West Call Me Chris, and a bunch of obviously there's some actually good. There's like some good horror stuff in this. With like some good like I think it's shot well. It's made to be like a found footage kind of like we're recording this on a cam, everything's recorded like on a camera for the most part. Like all the shots are like we're recording this on a camera kind of vibe, and I think it fits with that kind of fits for the movie and like what they're going for, and like so I think it looks like shot well. All that stuff is done well. Some of the horror elements are not badly done, they're decently done. It's not like blow your mind like this is the best horror. Yeah, but like for your first movie, this is not bad. A bad movie. Like if this is your first movie, it's all on first horror movie. It's like not a bad first horror movie. Could be better, could be worse. You know, Raka Raka doing Talk to Me, but I think that was just such a like they came in swinging. They also had so much experience just for their YouTube channel with them doing practical effects and doing all the stuff they do. They already like they make movies like yeah, they can make a movie. They've already been doing it. Stuff that's like almost movie level stuff if you've seen the videos. But yeah, it's great. The movie is like I said, then eventually gets to it, just Call Me Chris. And there's a lot of horror stuff where it's like people are saying stuff, like trying to talk to like the dead and stuff, trying to talk to people who live in the house. You find out throughout the movie about what happened. It has to do with like the Garden of Eden and stuff. And then once you get to some of that stuff, it took me a bit, but I'm like, oh, I get the title now. House on Eden. The house is on Eden, so the house is on where the Garden of Eden was, and involves stuff, and there's one person who was like, for now, the god even if he gets one, he gets revenge. It's just fun. It makes sense. It all makes a little bit of sense at least. There's a point in the attic where there's like this big monster thing, and I'm like, ghost monster thing, or creature, or lady, or something. It's like, okay, naked. I'm like, okay, yep, that's some cool moments. I'm like, okay, this has some interesting stuff. And the end, Call Me Chris, it seems like to be taken over by whatever this thing is, or whatever. As he goes off to join, because they find a big fire pit as he goes to it, and you know, it's with all the other people, and maybe he goes into it or something. I don't know, but it's very good, and it's like not a bad like first movie, but it's just very, to me, I was like, it was okay. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's it's like so okay. I'm like, it's just so okay. I think this is possible. I'm like, and I was like, eh. I think in the beginning it was a little slow, and I felt like it was like this movie did feel a little long because it felt like it was a little slow in the beginning, but it's like not a bad thing. I think it's just doing that slow build up, and some movies can do it really well, like The Shining. Even though it's a slow movie, it is a good movie. This is, like I said, this is not a bad movie, but just okay. So I give this 6 or 7. By any count, I'm like, I don't know if I want to give it a 6 because I know I gave Power Rangers 6, and I don't know if I feel like I should give that. I don't know if it should be on the same scale of Power Rangers because I think it is better than Power Rangers, but I don't know if it's a. I'm gonna give it a 6. And I'm gonna say, because I just read Power Rangers before this, Power Rangers movie, but I gave it a 6. So I'm like, maybe I should give Power Rangers a 5. But I think I'll be fine. Just because I give something a 6, not everything in a 6 is like, yes, it's all 6. But some 6s are better than others. So I'm gonna give it a 6. Like, it's not the worst thing ever. I'm not talking out of horse here. It's a fine movie. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not like amazing either. It's in that very middle. Like, it was okay. It was okay, and that's better. I'm fine as long as it wasn't boring. Because that's the worst thing a horror movie can be, boring. There's only one movie I've ever seen that I'm like, this movie is fucking. I don't know why. I do not like this movie. And maybe I need to watch it again. But I watched it and I was like, I watched this Wrestling Time movie, and I'm like, I was like, it was kind of boring. I'm like, I don't know why. Because I was like, watched a lot of horror movies, and there's something about it. Just I was like, nope. But that's for I always review that movie, so you'll see it on the channel. I forget what it was. I want to say it was one of the X. I don't forget what it was. But I know what movie it was. I'm like, I'd have to go back and see it. But yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this movie. So what do you guys think? Like I said, let me know in the comment down below. Let me know what movies you've been seeing. You guys can always stay up and see you in the next video, guys. Bye.